today on productivity, really. Productivity will lead to our normal topic, security, and a few other things. So, first off, I mentioned in the description that there are some things that you can do that will increase your productivity in your business so that your business is more successful, right? Because the less time that's wasted trying to put things together as an employee, the more efficient I am, and Dave is, and Aaron is, and the more efficient we are working together. So the first tip we have is using a consistent tool, like Microsoft Office, for example, or Google Office, because if we're all using the same tools, it makes it easier to share and to work on the same documents. The example I had before we came live on here was a customer of ours that had like 3 or 4 different versions of Office. It was, it was still Microsoft Office, but it was like different versions. So somebody with a newer version couldn't open up, actually the opposite. Somebody with an older version couldn't open up the documents that were created by a newer version,
right,
unless they went and exported it out, and it's kind of a pain in the butt.
Right.
So
right.
that was my little point, Dave. And you had some stuff to add.
Did I?
I thought you did. Okay, well, we talked about that.
I do.
Okay.
That's a good example. Just the fact that everyone's using the same. That's Mike Clayton, one of our techs. You're live on Facebook, by the way. So
I know. I've seen the thing up there on the calendars. I wanted to come down and put some humor in it.
good.
You guys are so dry.
We're too
come
serious? Oh, we don't want to be too serious.
Oh, that's something we're probably not.
No, we're not.
Mike's going to be joining us next week for our. We're going to be on our broadcast next week.
Oh, the what
talking
not
about-
to do episode. That's right.
So, uniformity in tools, it's just common sense. The Office is a great example. Like half your people could be using Microsoft Office and half could be using Open Office or Google Docs. And it's kind of apples and oranges. You can lose some formatting and, consistency and whatever else. So where someone saves a document in Google Docs and then someone else downloads it and opens it in Word, they might have to spend time tweaking it to make it look the way it originally, the first person wanted, something like that.
Yeah.
So, and then everybody learns the same platforms. I had another point and I'm stalling for a second till it comes back in my head.
That's okay, because you just brought one up that when we switched from Google Docs, where we shared docs up there in the Google Cloud,
Yep.
and then we were on OneDrive. So that was in between, it was a little bit like, oh, I have docs over here and docs over there, so that
Right.
was, but once we all were on OneDrive, it was much easier.
Right.
So that's a good point. So that leads us to the second part of our topic today, which is prioritizing security.
We can't talk too much about security today.
No, we can't. We can't. It's scary stuff. So you want to keep in mind that the passwords that we talked about in the past, right? Using multi-factor and securing your data on your network. So.
Right.
I think just a real quick point to make on just a generalization with security, it's only going to get worse. So put good practices in place right now, because it's just going to get worse. So the sooner you start figuring it out, the sooner you put in some sort of standardization with your password practices, the easier it's going to be down the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's the old ounce of prevention. You just having procedures in place where your employees know not to let certain things happen. That I will not email you this. I will not ask you to do that.
Yeah.
You know, so anything looks suspicious, and you have to be suspicious about everything these days. That's the ounce of prevention. You can save you a humongous headache if someone gets in your network.
Right.
So on that point, make sure that you teach your employees, go over some of the stuff with them and make sure that they are checking out the links before they click them and making sure that it's not a phishing attempt in their email. So,
and of course, we have to say we have tools to help you teach your employees what
we
phishing
do.
emails look like, what tools that will prevent and minimize damage of people getting into your network.
Yep.
So, that's one of our main focuses is, yes.
Get your free security assessment. And if nothing else, we do have our newsletter on our website now. So if you hit the news at the top and hit our newsletter, you can sign up, where we share tips every week, different articles on that might help you out.
Because there's few things worse for your business's success than to have all your data crypto lockered and you can't access anything.
Yeah, when it brings you down, that's definitely not going to bring your business success.
Right.
So it's going to hurt a lot. So lastly, we talked about before we came on live was going mobile, right? Using, checking your email on your phone, accessing your work data from home. Like, I work from home a lot and stuff like that. So Dave and Aaron, you both mentioned something about checking email on your phones.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, what's kind of neat about the era that we live in is it's all accessible, so it's not just, I remember, a number of years ago, I won't date myself, but I remember a number of years ago when cell phones first came out and some people said, oh, geez, I don't want one because I don't want to be available 24/7. Well, that time has come and gone considerably a long time ago, and now we have 24/7 access to just about anything. Files, we're talking about all of our multi-factor documents, because everything's synced and shared in the cloud space. It's really become a 24/7 universal workplace. Not to say I don't clock out when I go home, but it's always still there. If I need to do something quick, I have it with me. So
yeah. And you just gave me an idea for a future topic. We should talk about turning off notifications on your phone so that, and be purposeful with your time instead of just responding to every notification, right?
Right.
That's just another
Closure.
topic. Yeah.
Put closure on your day, right?
Right. So lastly, with the mobile and go working from home, again, it brings us right back to security. So make sure you get that assessment if you're a business owner, because this is only for businesses that we do this. And yeah, get it checked out. Make sure that you have everything in place. It's free. So
Yep. We are, what did we say, with 24-point security assessments?
something like that.
What that is? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we have several of them. We have ones for our paid clients that are a little different that cover more.
Right.
But the free one will definitely give you an overview. So, all right. Thank you, guys. Do you have anything else to add before we say bye? No,
Happy
we're
March.
good. All right. Awesome. March forward.
Yes.
We'll see you next week.
All right.
Great day, guys.